Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. In the serene coastal town of Mangalore, South India, a divine soul took birth on 24th September 1916. Sridhar Rao, born to Sri Srinivas Rao and Srimati Sarojini Devi, were destined to touch countless lives with his light. From a tender age, Sridhar was deeply moved by the timeless stories of the Ramayana and Mahabharata. The seed of spirituality, sown early in his life, began to take root. Kindness, compassion, and humility were not learned virtues, they were his very nature. He extended his heart and hands to the poor and the ailing. He even built huts for lepers, treating them not with pity but with dignity and love. His bond with his mother was specially close, a relationship filled with warmth and reverence. After completing his schooling, Sridhar moved to Madras, where his father resided, to study at a Christian college. There, the teachings of the Bible, Ramakrishna Paramhans, and Ramdas left a deep impression on his evolving spiritual consciousness. Sridhar served at the shrine of Shirdi Sai Baba. As Sridhar matured, so did the call of his soul. He met many saints on his journey, but it was on the sacred evening of Buddha Purnima that his life transformed. The moment he prostrated at the feet of Swami Shivananda, he knew his search had ended. He had come home. Within 6 months of joining Shivananda Ashram, Sridhar penned his only book, Light Fountain, under the pen name Prism. He served humbly in the ashram's dispensary, healing bodies, while his soul blossomed in service. Soon he was initiated into sannyas and given the name that would resound with reverence across the world, Swami Chidananda. Gurudev appointed Swami Chidananda as the Raj Yoga Professor and Vice Chancellor of the Yoga Vedanta Forest Academy and also as General Secretary of the Divine Life Society. Swami Chidananda's compassion knew no boundaries. He not only served humans and animals, but gave lepers a life of dignity away from the streets and begging. Moved by the sight of lepers begging on the streets, between Haridwar to Lakshman Jhula, Swamiji built homes for them in Rishikesh, Lakshman Jhula and Brahmapuri to give them a dignified life and merge them and their children into society. During one of the birthday celebrations of Swami Chidananda, Gurudev Swami Shivanandaji said that Swami Chidananda was a realized soul in his last birth, and that Swami Chidananda never learned the scriptures, but the scriptures flowed through him. In 1959, on Swami Shivananda's command, Swami Chidananda journeyed to America and Canada to spread the teachings of divine life. He spent 3 years abroad, traveling extensively and planting seeds of spiritual awakening across the West. Yet, not even the allure of foreign lands could dim the fire of renunciation. Upon returning in 1961, he requested permission from Gurudev to live as a Parivrajak, a wandering monk in the Himalayas. But destiny had other plans. In 1963, as Swami Shivananda's health declined, Swami Chidananda was called back, and on 14 July 1963, Swami Shivananda attained Samadhi. After the Mahasamadhi of Swami Shivananda, Swami Chidananda was entrusted with the presidentship of the Shivananda Ashram. Just as Bharat reverently placed Lord Ram's Padukas on the throne, symbolizing unwavering loyalty and divine authority, So did Swami Chidanandaji. In the sacred name of Gurudev, Swami Shivanandaji carried forth the radiant torch of divine life, spreading his master's teachings with devotion, humility, and boundless love. From that day onwards, he carried forth the luminous torch of his Guru's teachings. Swamiji would often go to travel the length and breadth of the world again and again, radiating the message of divine life, service, and unity, a life of God consciousness. At the heart, the very Mool mantra of Swami Shivananda's teachings was the selfless dissemination of spiritual knowledge. Carrying this sacred flame, Swami Chidanandaji became the tireless ambassador of Gurudev's divine mission, traveling across continents and cultures. He took the radiant message of divine life to every country, every city, every town, every village, every doorstep, and every seeking soul. From the 1950s onward, whenever Swamiji journeyed, his only purpose was to speak of Gurudev, to live his teachings, and to inspire others to walk the same luminous path. On the sacred occasion of the Golden Jubilee of Swami Chidanandaji Maharaj's birth, on 24th September 1976, a grand spiritual celebration was lovingly organized by the Shivanand Ashram and its global branches. Yet in his characteristic humility, Swamiji gently redirected the spotlight away from himself, requesting that the Jubilee be dedicated entirely to prayers, self-service, and divine remembrance. The culmination of the celebrations witnessed a moment that felt divinely orchestrated, a celestial convergence of two towering spiritual lights. Ma Anandmayi, revered for her transcendental wisdom and deep inwardness, graced the event with her presence. Her appearance was a silent testament to the deep love and reverence she held for her beloved Baba, Swami Chidananda. In a heart-melting exchange of spiritual affection, Swamiji reverently addressed her as Ma, while Ma Anandmayi called him Baba. It was not merely a gathering, but a vision of divinity incarnate, a moment scripted in the heavens, radiating a grace so profound that devotees stood hushed, drenched in the aura of these illumined souls. It was a sacred union, the mother and the servant of the servants, bestowing blessings upon all who beheld them and etching in the hearts of many a memory of divine presence that would echo across lifetimes. The most magnificent tribute ever paid to Gurudev Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj by his beloved disciple, worshipful Swami Chidananda, was the great Swami Shivananda birth centenary celebrations. Spanning an entire year, these celebrations ignited a wave of devotion and enthusiasm among disciples and admirers across the globe. With tireless dedication, Swami Chidananda travelled around the world, carrying the luminous torch of Gurudev's teachings and inviting devotees to participate in the historic 100-day program held at the Shivanand Ashram in Rishikesh. What unfolded was a spiritual spectacle the holy town had never witnessed before. Saints from renowned ashrams gathered to pay homage to the towering spiritual legacy of Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj. Dignitaries and revered institutions joined hands, offering their support and reverence in myriad ways. The air resonated with the soul-stirring bhajans of legendary singers Manade, Kavita Krishnamurti, Hari Om Sharan, Nandini Sharan, Nitin Mukesh, and Purushottam Jalota, filling hearts with divine fervor. The Central Building Research Institute, CBRI, Roorkee, undertook the noble task of renovating Gurudev Kutir and constructing what was then the largest pillarless hall, now home to the Shivanand Museum. Master craftsmen from Odisha brought to life beautifully sculpted statues that vividly portrayed Gurudev's divine life and teachings. This centenary celebration was not merely an event, it was a living testament to the timeless influence of Gurudev Swami Shivanand and the deep, unwavering devotion of Swami Chidananda. As Rishikesh, the land sanctified by Gurudev Swami Shivanand Maharaj's divine presence, celebrated his birth centenary with unparalleled devotion and grandeur, how could his birthplace, Pattamadai, remain untouched by this wave of reverence? In honor of this sacred soil that gave the world a towering spiritual light, a beautiful hospital was constructed in Pattamadai. It was not merely a building of brick and mortar, but a living tribute, a gesture of eternal gratitude to the land that nurtured the early life of Swami Shivanand. This hospital stands as a beacon of service, reflecting the very ideals Gurudev lived and preached: selfless love, healing, and the upliftment of humanity. Just as Swami Shivanand dedicated his life to serving the world, so too does this hospital serve as a silent, steadfast continuation of his mission from the village that bore him to the world he blessed. Every year, the Parliament of the World's Religions is held in Chicago, USA, where only the most revered spiritual leaders from across the globe are invited to participate. Among them was the illustrious Swami Chidananda, whose presence graced the event with quiet dignity. On one such occasion, the Parliament witnessed a profound act of humility that remains etched in the hearts of those who were present. When Sant Keshavdas expressed a deep desire to participate but had no available speaking slot, Swami Chidananda voluntarily relinquished his own time to ensure his fellow saint could share his message with the world. Such was the magnanimity and self-effacing humility of Swami Chidananda, a true embodiment of spiritual greatness who always placed others before himself. The Saint Francis of Assisi Award is bestowed by various esteemed organizations to honor individuals who exemplify the saint's timeless values. In one such year, the award committee chose to nominate Swami Chidananda, widely revered in the West as the reincarnation of Saint Francis himself. Yet true to his nature, Swamiji graciously declined to attend the event, reminding the world once again that the truest service seeks no applause. During one of his travels, Swami Chidanandaji was invited to a remote tribal village in Bastar called Gumargunda. When the simple tribal villagers likened Swamiji's visit to that of Lord Ram's journey into the forest, Swamiji humbly obliged them by posing with a bow and arrow, embodying the divine ideal they saw in him. Swamiji was especially committed to inspiring the youth. He compiled a powerful booklet titled Inspiring Thoughts, distributed freely to ignite higher ideals in young minds. Wherever calamity struck, Swamiji would urge TLS branches to rise in compassionate service, reinforcing the timeless truth that service to mankind is service to God. Swamiji never claimed anything for himself. He called himself Dasanudas, the servant of the servants. In his heart, there was no I, only Gurudev and his sacred mission. Even as thousands came to revere him and follow him, Swamiji never accepted that role. He remained a humble disciple, always directing devotion back to Swami Shivananda. Even Sannyas Diksha was conferred in the name of Gurudev, never in his own. Despite an incredibly busy schedule, Swamiji's heart was always with the nation and its people. His concern extended to national upliftment. In this spirit, Swamiji compiled the National Code of Conduct, a moral and ethical compass for the citizens of India. He dedicated an entire decade from 1991 to 2000 as the Divine Decade, blending spiritual progress with tireless social service. When a devastating earthquake struck Uttar Kashi in 1991, Swamiji responded without delay. Within hours, a team was dispatched. By the very next day, 21 volunteers, including ashramites and guests, were sent to the affected region with relief materials. Swamiji himself meticulously prepared the list of essentials, even including BDs. Such was his compassion and attention to human dignity. Swamiji helped in building a village called Hina in Uttar Kashi. The Divine Decade culminated in a historic event. The first ever Divine Life Society International Conference, titled the New Millennium Meet, was held from 29 December 1999 to 2 January 2000. A second international conference was held at Cuttack, Odisha. Eventually, he chose to reside in quietude at Shanti Nivas in Dehradun, but the flame of his service never dimmed. Till his very last breath, all that Swami Chidanandaji did, thought, lived and spoke was of Gurudev. The very epitome of humility, the highest expression of renunciation was revealed in the final act of his life. In his will, Swamiji instructed that no grand rituals, no delay, only a quiet immersion in the sacred waters of the Ganga within hours. Such was his surrender, such was his humility, such was his love for Gurudev. We have only taken a few drops from the life of this illuminate soul and presented it. Hari Om.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya.